Welcome back to on the internet. Okay, so tonight that's this video by Culture Spill, and it's called How Rihanna Really Destroyed Teairra Marie's Career. What? Teairra Marie, the one from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, right? Yeah. Because they were on the same label for a bit, weren't they? But that was years ago. This was like early 2000s, I think. And I just saw this pop up recommended, and I thought, why not give it a watch when I have the time, and the time has come. So yeah, sure. Without further ado, let's get into this reaction. It's crazy how little kids say like all they want to grow up and be singers and all that. And it's like, if you heard about how shady the music industry was, you would change your tune about that. But yeah.
Let's talk about some of the artists. Teairra Marie.
Yeah.
Okay, and she's the first lady of the rock.
She's the princess.
Beyonce just gave me one of those looks, and he said, that Rihanna girl, she's a beast. And she looked away, right? And I was like, so I did a Rihanna double take.
Rihanna might be one of the biggest stars of our generation, but what many people don't know is that she was never meant to be so famous. And the only reason she found success is that she pretty much came for the success of another singer, a girl named Teairra Marie. But why was Rihanna so desperate to be famous? Did Beyonce really help Rihanna to sabotage Teairra's career? And does Teairra really hold a grudge after all these years? Many people will recognize Teairra from her time on Love and Hip Hop New York and Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. But the truth is that she was supposed to have the career that Rihanna does today. Before Rihanna got signed to Def Jam Records, Teairra was the golden girl of the label. And the label execs were more than willing to pour money into her and build her career. At the time, Jay-Z was president of Def Jam, and he had so much faith in Teairra that he often referred to her as the princess of the label.
That's
Talk about
crazy.
some of the artists.
That's just crazy.
Teairra Marie.
Yeah.
Okay, and she's the first lady of the rock.
She's the princess.
Even when Rihanna joined the label in 2005, she didn't pose a serious threat to Teairra, even though she already had her song, Ponder Replay, lined up to be released later that year. The label execs, especially L.A. Reid, still had more faith in Teairra's potential to be a superstar and gave her more priority than Rihanna. The label put more money into Teairra, especially because she already had a hit song titled Make Her Feel Good. Even though more than 15 years have passed since these events, a lot of people still find it weird that the label was giving priority to one girl over the other when they had more than enough money, power, and influence to push both girls equally and at the same time. But
That's insane.
that didn't happen, and Teairra continued to reign as the princess of the label. One of the occasions where it was clear that Teairra was the it girl of the label was at the 2005 World Music Awards, where she teamed up with Rihanna and another singer named A. Marie to perform their cover of the song Lose My Breath by Destiny's Child. Teairra took the lead part that was originally sung by Beyonce, and this clearly sent a message across that she was the favorite. Life was good for Teairra, and she was
And then
already
it changed.
on what looked like a solid path to achieving her dreams of being a superstar, even though she was only 17 at the time. But then things suddenly changed, and a series of crazy events took place that saw her go from being one of the most promising young stars to losing it all. It all started during a Def Jam showcase where she and Rihanna performed. She was still the label's favorite, but one statement changed the trajectory of her career and, by extension, her entire life. Beyonce was dating Jay-Z at the time, so she was present at the showcase. After the event ended, she went up to L.A. Reid and told him to pay a little bit more attention to Rihanna.
We had a showcase. And at the showcase, there were two artists performing. Her name is Teairra Marie, and she's a really sweet girl. And the truth is, I was paying a little more attention to her than I was to Rihanna. After the showcase, Beyonce just gave me one of those looks, and he said, that Rihanna girl, she's a beast. And she looked away, right? And I was like, so I did a Rihanna double take.
L.A. Reid himself
I was
admitted
like,
that
change his
he
tune.
hadn't really been seeing Rihanna in that light until then. But that one statement from Beyonce changed everything.
One statement-
And he began to realize Rihanna's
Jesus.
star power. Over the years, people believe that Beyonce might have been influenced by the fact that Rihanna was Jay-Z's artist. And she made that statement to give Rihanna a boost because Beyonce was already a big name in the industry. For those who don't know, Jay-Z was the one who signed Rihanna to Def Jam because he was blown away by her on their first meeting. So people feel like the main reason Beyonce made that statement in the first place was to give Rihanna a boost. Well, Beyonce's plan clearly worked because L.A. Reid and the label in general started paying more attention to Rihanna than they had ever done before. Teairra was still their number one choice, but now they had a backup in Rihanna. But things got worse for Teairra when the label started putting pressure on her to act a certain way that she was not comfortable with. They wanted the good girl gone bad vibe from her, but she was not comfortable with that, especially because she was only a teenager at the time and
Fair
hadn't even
enough.
graduated high school yet. People have pointed out something interesting, and that's the fact that the bad girl vibe is exactly what we got to see from Rihanna after her debut album, Music of the Sun. She even named her third album Good Girl Gone Bad.
I love
And
that album as well.
This is why there are people who believe that Rihanna stole what should have been Teairra's career. Things continued to get worse for Teairra at Def Jam after the release of her debut album. Rockefeller Records presents Teairra Marie. Because she already had a hit with Make Her Feel Good, there were high expectations about the album, and the label expected it to be a major hit. But the first week's sales were kind of disappointing to the label because it only sold 69,000 copies. And even though this was a decent number for a new artist, the label was after something more than decent. The album also had decent charting because it peaked at number 5 on the Billboard 200 and number
That's
2
good.
on the Billboard Top R&B and Hip Hop Albums
That's good.
chart. But once again, the label was after something better than decent numbers, and they came to the decision to drop Teairra because of low album sales.
That's crazy.
According to Teairra, she was told that she was being dropped over a phone call, and even worse, she got the call while she was preparing for prom night.
Nah.
What happened was I got
That is
dropped
so
from
peak.
Rockefeller on my prom day. You know, they didn't know.
For the prom.
Yeah, honey, getting ready. I was putting lotion on my legs, got a phone call, ring, ring. Hey, yeah, we're gonna be letting you go. I was like, oh.
Now, there's another interesting detail here that pretty much convinced everyone that the label had switched sides from Teairra to Rihanna, and they were now being unfair to Teairra. When Rihanna released her debut album, Music of the Sun, it sold almost the exact same amount as Teairra's album, also selling 69,000 copies in the first week. Now,
That's all right.
Teairra's low sales were the reason the label gave her for dropping her. But Rihanna sold the same amount, but was somehow able to keep her spot on the label.
Like, what?
This was fishy to a lot of people. And there were a lot of
Bias
conversations
much?
around this, with someone commenting, Rihanna's debut was lackluster, and I never imagined her to be such the force she is today. Especially since Teairra debuted higher than she did, and they told her it wasn't enough, and booted her. Yet, gave Riri another shot. Getting dropped by
That's
the label
mad.
was pretty much the beginning of the end for Teairra, because she never really found much success after that. She signed to Interscope Records, and even though she released a couple of projects, none of them were strong enough to make her a mainstream artist. That's when she decided to join the cast of Love and Hip Hop in hopes of reigniting her career. But that turned out to be a wrong move because she was not exactly portrayed in a good light.
Nope.
She had previously dated singer Ray J, and she was bitter over the breakup, which caused her to get into lots of fights with Ray J and his new woman, Princess Love. Teairra was known more for her fights and controversies on Love and Hip Hop than for her singing career. And this was pretty much the end of her music career because she was so controversial that no music exec wanted to even touch her. Just when the world thought
That's
that
insane.
things possibly couldn't get any worse for her, she developed a drinking problem that made things even worse. Her behavior got more and more erratic until an intervention was staged for her by some people involved in the show. She later came out to admit that even though she was grateful for the intervention, she didn't like the fact that it was filmed because she felt like her drinking problem was used as a plot line for the show.
So I felt like some people may have been doing it for a little camera time, you know, for that check. Yeah.
Yes.
And
People do anything for a check.
That's how I felt about it. But at the end of the day, going to rehab was one of the best things that I could have ever done.
But even though rehab worked for her, it wasn't permanent because she soon developed a drinking problem all over again. And in 2019, this time, she was arrested in New York for a DUI. Luckily, she was able to avoid jail time and only got her license suspended. It's crazy how different her life could have been if only Rihanna hadn't come on the scene. Teairra's career was ruined. She lost the life she was on track for, and Rihanna got it instead. Rihanna has been dragged so many times over the years for stealing Teairra's career, with people leaving comments like, "It makes me sick to my stomach that Rihanna stole Teairra Marie's spot. I love Teairra Marie, and she can sing. Too bad talentless Rihanna stole her spot."
So talentless. Oh my
Is that
god.
Rihanna stole her life.
I
But
can't with people.
according to Teairra herself, there's no beef between her and Rihanna because she's moved on and isn't holding any grudges.
No, there's no beef. And I don't think that any of my fans should feel any sort of negative way towards Rihanna because she has nothing to do with my situation.
So, is Teairra's career really over, or is she going to somehow try to make a comeback after 17 years? Well, sources claim that she has no plans to search for employment outside the entertainment industry. So it looks like she is never going to give up on her dreams of being a superstar. But while you're here, you should check out this other video.
Damn. To be fair, I think they should be blaming Jay-Z and what's the guy's name? L.A. Reid. Not Rihanna for this one. But yeah, it's crazy. One little word from Beyonce, and after that, people just change their tune. What the fuck? That shit's crazy. But damn, you gotta feel for Teairra Marie though. But nah, I don't think we should be blaming this on Rihanna. I can't with this. Anyways, I'm just gonna jump right into comments, see what people are saying right now. I love me some Teairra Marie, but she destroyed her own career. She can never blame others. You can never blame others for your own misfortune. You know, and you get the people that whatever fuck up they make, they can't admit they fucked up. They said to blame everyone, everything under the sun, right? And yeah, I agree with the statement here where it said, "I don't believe that Riri destroyed her career." No, she didn't. But it just shows how people can be so biased behind the scenes, right? Instead of paying attention to both of them, they pay attention to one way more than the other. Then one little word for someone else, and then they completely turn their heads to the other person, and before you know it, you're dropped, and there you go. The music industry is so fucking shady, I can't. Someone said, "All I know is I still listen to Teairra's first album. Her voice is stronger, and this is unfortunate that she couldn't have the career she deserves." Yep, instead she ended up on Love and Hip Hop, and all the stuff on there kind of overshadowed her talent, right? Like the way she looked on this show, she looked like that bitter ex that couldn't move on. It made for good TV, but it doesn't. But you kind of are stuck in that with that label, right? No matter how long goes by. Someone commented, Rihanna didn't ruin Tia's career. Beyonce did. Def Jam had a showcase with both girls. Beyonce spoke in favor of Rihanna, not Teairra. We can't blame Beyonce for this neither. You should blame the people at Def Jam because they're the ones that just showed their biases with that. That's all I gotta say. Bente, the music business is a business and it's shady as hell. So yeah, still use some PS. Oh man, no, this is why some of you keep their relationships private, right? Because last thing you want when you have your name looked up is that you're more known for the fights you've gotten into with your exes, your friends, your former friends, or whatever, than your talent. You know what I'm saying? Someone said, "I think everything had to do with complexion and ethnicity." It's no secret. It's spoken about, but it's kind of not at the same time. I'm doing an essay on this, so I'm about to lose shell. Obviously, I haven't finished this essay yet. Is that in the music industry, they favor someone with a lighter skin tone than of a darker skin tone. That's no secret. Look at the numbers. Someone said Rihanna, Beyonce, Jay-Z, and L.A. Reid should give her some money. Or Teairra some money. Was it compensation for damage they contributed to? We can't give them more for everything. Let's be real here. But damn. On that note, I want to go and watch Love and Hip Hop again now, innit? I'm not gonna do it. I don't need to. I got these videos to do that for. See, that reminds you, there was a video Potter recommended, right? It was one of these Love and Hip Hop fights, Love and Hip Hop Hollywood one. It was Teairra versus Brooke. I haven't watched it again yet, though, mind you. I might do that at some point, but I don't know yet. Is that what I'm filming for? Yeah, I gotta go. That is the end day. In life, things happen for a reason, and maybe in 2022 things might be on the up. That's all I have to say about that. But yeah, let's not blame Rihanna for this one. This title, I'm like, yeah, it should be how Def Jam ruined Tiara's music career, not how Rihanna did. But hey ho, it is what it is. People can have their opinions on that, and yeah, I gotta go. Okay, so that's it for this video. Like, subscribe if you want. I post if I feel like it, and I'll see you next one. Bye.